that went up. So
e-filing was mandated in 2016, but we've been e-filing for 8 or 9 years. I don't know why. This last year went through the roof.
Changed in 22, when that
e-filing become the rule in about 16. And it went up 500%, 400%. And I still don't know the answer to why that's up so much. When we have, sometimes you'll have this part,
everything's been incredibly positive. This goes back,
if you jump on that big number,
that, had enforcement,
it don't happen.
choke point 2.0, and
historical data
bringing innovation back.
proves to do more of it. I thought it was cheap and they was figuring to respond to a murder or something. I want you to do that. Where was I? If you look backwards, then that's what I usually go by is what we've averaged. So we did shoot up from 30 estimated to 100,000 because they went to 160. But if she don't work, if that was just a fluke and it goes back to 40, which it was the year before, then we're going to be 60,000 light there. That's all. Y'all can do that what you want to. But it does kind of average out. There's a high probability that the jail revenue is going to exceed what we got in. Not so much on the district court revenue. We did the jail one time and it really bit us. Yeah, well, I can also, without naming names, well, we were also looking for revenue to give our employees raises, and I've already got the raises in here. I'm sorry, I did not tell the public. Most of the time, I don't put raises in, and we wait until we get through this process right here. And when we go through every single line, hunting extra money to try and get enough to give raises if possible. So this year was obvious with our revenue projections. Put $1,000 a month, not $1,000 a month, $1,000 a year raise. $1,000 a year raise across the board for full time, and that's in here already. So. How did you go? No change.
I just reduced the changes better than the differences.
You need to move the motion to that, reduce your cost now?
No, it's
already in here, I didn't know. Did your projection said it was last week, so I didn't know. I understand, but I imagine she presented what's in the budget. Is that what you did?
Yes.
They didn't say, well, we think y'all need a 10,000 across the board raise. No changes, okay.
You weren't even there.
How you feeling, Donna?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm much better than it was.
So, then I got to find one. What you see? Well, I knew she had a meeting. I didn't know if it was a change or come out of there.
So I guess my question, if we're hiring 2 new people for the sheriff's department and for the animal control, is Ms. Sam still gonna be over it? Is that,
No,
are they gonna be independent? That's what I didn't never understand.
I didn't hear what you said.
the idea was to animal control, when we take out the officer and just have 2 administrative type, like you proposed in the sheriff's budget, his idea was for his wife to be able to step back and have a break, because you don't ever get to see it.
I understand that.
She's working animal control.
So I guess my question is the sheriff still gonna try to be over it? Is the way I'm taking it, is the way I'm asking. We're still hiring 2 employees.
We're still gonna manage it, the overseer.
I didn't know. I didn't know if he was gonna have it all together.
Well, he does, but nobody, there's nobody really wanting to take it, so we're gonna maintain it.
What precincts again?
Say one, by her. Okay.
It won't be in there. Yes, it is. All you gotta do is say you want it. That's all you gotta do.
So, last 4 digits, 0998, fund balance designated for this budget. Right now, what we have in there is 241,847, and that's primarily, that's kind of close to the match on what we put into sanitation. Because this year, I think somehow sanitation had accumulated a fund balance, and we put that into it. I don't know how that happens, but it happened. So that's why that's down a little bit. But if you're talking about doing something over here, that would be the line that would have to, on the revenue side, come out. If you change that number from 241 to $1 million, that would be 750,000. That would fund that law enforcement.
I mean, if there's something on the side, yeah, absolutely. Whatever they do to get this.
I can certainly support that, because I have looked at big cardboard master plan board. It's in my office, and every once in a while it's there, and I'm looking at it. Yeah, one of these days we're gonna do this.
We've been, since I've been here. Yes, I've been.
You're right, you're right. Has anybody ever been in the squad room over there? It's about 12 for 12.
Maybe.
20 officers at least that try to utilize it.
Plus the public, have to go in there and interview, plus,
You can put what is the square footage on your interview room? About 8 foot or something like
the
that?
closet.
Like a broom closet?
It is a closet, sir.
Yeah.
It was converted.
We could put a up to today's standards type of facility like that over there. I'm all for that.
That's what you do.
Yeah, I don't have a problem supporting that, but if we're gonna sell the building and the 100,000 that's in there for the remodel, I'm guessing that's gonna be about 300 more out of the general fund. That's about 650 in that building, if we can sell it.
We can't just sit here and wait. If we sell it, that'll be extra revenue. So when's the last time we built something that it went under budget?
You're right, it's not gonna happen. So while we're talking about the fund balance, we will take it all out of fund balance. I mentioned to you last time, you're not gonna like it, but I still want to take some money, put it to the road bridge. We can either do that, or we can move the tax rate and give us our 15 cents. It'd be a whole lot easier, on Oh, or just take the money out of fund balance?
Let's talk about fund balance.
There you go, don't just get right there.
I'm gonna tip my hat to you. I know, but I know, this precinct one, their budget, 2024 and 25, $1,249,055. This proposed budget that I found, precinct one's proposed budget, $1,249,055. That's an increase in his budget. Well, $1,020,000. Now that's because last year they didn't, the going out commissioner didn't put the 45,000 in there and hamstring. He's got a $1.2 million fund balance. So that proposed budget's got $1 million. He's got $1 million increase in his budget this year from last year. Precinct 2, bless your heart. 2024, 2025, your budget was 1.6 million. This proposed budget is 1.3 million because you don't have a gigantic fund balance. And that includes putting every nickel of your fund balance in there, 148,000. Your budget's going down $286,000. Precinct 3, 2024, his budget is $1,897,385. That's taking $600 out of your fund balance. Your new budget is $2,008,251. That's $110,000 more than you had last year. You got $2 million. Precinct 4. Now, I only took 400 out of your fund balance. If we took 6, you'd have a $2 million budget, just like Commissioner Dominic. Last year, your budget was $1,640,647. This year, it's $1,803,000. So it's a $173,000 increase in your budget. But you want to take $1 million out of the fund balance? For what?
Fix roads.
What particular road are you talking about?
I'd like to say I fix all these roads out of Cold Springs, James, Stewart, Cedar Line. Before we hadn't had anything done.
Hey, I was down there yesterday, you're right, the roads are hard. They are hard, it's dirt roads.
Judge, I would like to spend on paving too, but until I find out how much I have to go pay on the Dabney Bottom, Lily Yeager Loop, and I already know that I have to pay $180,000 to
Let me offer a
to
suggestion.
help with the grant funding. I want to pay. I want to
I've been drawing a budget since 1998. I ain't never seen anybody, I don't even think it's legal to, just because you can count to 3, to vote, take $1 million out of the fund balance when you've got $1 million of your own, or 800,000, you don't want to touch it. When you run out of fund balance, then I would suggest you come to the general fund.
What matter what fund balance we run out of? The general fund or the great? Does it really matter?
The law says
The law says we can get 15 cents tax rate, and every budget we've cut, and we will not 15 cents, and we cannot do more with less, Judge.
the general funds is going down as well.
No, it went up this year.
No,
They're at fund balance. Fund balance went up to
Here's one.
No, mine went down, actually.
So it went down to what? How much is it?
$6,000 or $7,000.
How much is your fund balance?
I don't know about $600,000.
You don't know what your fund balance
$600,000
is?
or $700,000. No, we don't. We really don't until we do the outside audit. we can project.
We just did the outside audit, they stood up here and announced it all to us. We just did it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but you don't understand, you do understand, you're not listening, but what we budgeted this year in our fund balance hasn't come out of what they're saying our fund balance was. So if I budgeted 300,000 out of the current budget year, and I spent 300,000, then my fund balance is not $700,000, it's more like 400,000.
Listen, you're fixing to spend it, you ain't gonna have time to spend it just like every year. We're just fixing to start a $14 million project all over the county. You're gonna be so busy with that. Have you thought about, what other counties do? We did a CO to add on to this deal, 2 or 3 million. Why don't we do a CO, certificates of obligation, for like $2 or $3 million? You pay for it out of your, every year, that way, then you'll have about 700,000 apiece. You can make a showing with that.
Yeah, but I mean, how long is that gonna take? 2 or 3 years to get that going?
It didn't take, to do that last one we did, it didn't take 6 months.
So
There's no election.
what you're saying is you want us to pay for it out of what we did. You don't want to
Pay for roads out of road units.
You don't think the general fund should help us at all?
The legislature in their infinite wisdom, no matter what I think, the legislature in their infinite wisdom created the road and bridge taxes. And that's what you're supposed to operate on.
So do we want to move that to 15 cents?
But you got the brand new commissioners that you're going to cajole into voting with you. Something that's never been done before, and use them to take $1 million out of the fund.
We've done it before.
I don't think so. We've took $1 million out of it.
We took money out of the fund and gave it to road bridge.
Listen, not to build roads you did. This 1 year, you took money out to pay for your salary, half of your salaries, because they said, well, we're up here doing general fund work.
That was before anybody here.
That's the only time I've seen it done.
We took 100,000 out 1 year.
That must have been during the Lovett administration. I don't think so. Because I've never voted against the budget.
We sure did.
And we've had submarine hearings. I don't know why it always happens that we come up there on the last.
This is not the first time I brought this up, Judge.
It brought it up a little bit last
meeting and the meeting before. It's not something I truly believe that.
You still haven't given me no justification. Why not spend the money? The taxpayers pay taxes to create funds in your account. You want to say, well, I don't want to touch my 600,000. I want to take it from you because I can count to 3.
The only thing the taxpayers notice is the road.
Commissioner Myers, your budget is down 286,000. I ain't got no problem with taking a little to help him, but the rest of y'all, you got $2 million budgets.
330,000.
Where's you tell me about having reserves, and it shows on our report that you have almost 70% reserves back in the fund balance. It says general fund reserves. Yeah, for 60 road bridges. You got 1.2 million in fund balance. Look at spending.
I can't.
My per hundred. And it ain't gonna be you paying, it'd be the taxpayers paying. If we did COs or a road bond, that's what Montgomery County does. They did that, they paid every single road in the county. That was Commissioner Ryan. I mean, that's what the rest of the world does. I've never heard of a county voting. Get 2 new commissioners and talking them into taking $1 million out of fund balance of the general fund. That's done it. If you want to change the percentage, that's fine.
We've been talking about that for years.
Have you considered the impact? What am I going to cut out of it?
We talked about one down here taking Back then, $125,000 every year out of general fund. And it didn't matter which precinct you started in.
Nobody talked about drinking coffee somewhere.
We talked about it right here in this, not right here, right here. We talked about it. Every year, take $125,000 out and make it one special road project for each precinct. Give me your luck, Warren.
Which that
We
ain't.
got a courthouse that's sitting there falling down already. They're scared to pressure wash it.
Man,
Because it's
you can't even tell me, I've been, there's no way. I got the same issues, man. I mean,
We ain't got a 115-year-old courthouse.
you know, you can't put power in our facility, realize that, but water's coming for us, but
Your predecessor bought 10 acres across the street and had big plans drawn out to build you a new building. I don't know why you're sitting
where's the
there.
money? They got fund balance to build one?
Well, certainly, you'd rather spend your money on the roads than go to
That's right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll tip my hat to you. You ain't got 600,000 that you could be spending on. How much money, if you went from, point 1215 or whatever you're getting, I think it's 0.124 is, to go up to 0.15. That's okay. But when you do that, we do have a rollback rate, and we're going to have to cut the rate for the general fund. It's got to come out of that. It's the only way it can go. So, this year's about 0.12409 is where you're at, and you want to go up 0.0251. How much,
I think the auditor has it figured on his handout she gave us. She just handed it out, she just came in here and gave it.
well, you just woke up with nothing to do and thought of preparing a handout.
Well, you know, we talked about it before, Judge, and she was just well prepared.
So it looks like this. So, and I only did 1% because that's what I heard.
I'm not in the loop on that.
It should be right on there. It should be there.
I'm sorry?
It should be right there.
Proposed budget.
It said the proposed is the first 3 pages, and then the next 3 pages are with the 1% taken from the general fund and added to the road and bridge.
Well,
That's
3 or 4 years of this, and we won't have no fund balance, so they'll be running around like they were in '98, hollering, the sky's falling, we can't even pay our bills. It took 20 years to build this, is all I'm telling you.
that 1% gives road and bridge $314,826 to share.
Well, let's just do it. If that's what, if y'all already decided, let's do it.
And then it takes away from the general fund.
You need that much yourself.
And that's why we were gonna take the million and divide it up versus taking from, either way we're taking from the general fund, but taking the tax rate from the general fund.
Why don't you shift, if you're so generous and want to help him, why don't you take some of that 600,000 extra you got and give us some? Huh? We can divide up the percentage, we can divide up the percentages.
Yeah, and you said that last time.
We could.
We sure can.
I want to do it.
Yeah,
I would too.
I'm sure y'all would.
We all got the same issues, every one of us.
I agree.
The more population, the more traffic, the more road issues we have, I mean, it's,
The new people are not okay with our roads.
$1 million,
Listen,
let's take 4 miles of road, maybe.
if we're gonna make a commitment over here
Absolutely.
and raise the money out of fund balance
We're talking,
to $1 million,
the way I proposed it was a minimum of 300,000 on fund balance is what I was thinking, to have this building. Take 100,000 from Reynolds building, you put in there,
and we'll be over here. I say, take $1 million out of it and dedicate it to, I'm talking about in the revenue line. Like, instead of 240, make that $1 million. That gives you about 775,000 to build a 5,000 foot building. That's $150. I'm not just picking numbers out of the sky. It's something to base it on, Andy. I think you can build a building for $150 a foot. That's what the contractors are building houses for. So if you do that, we'll change the percentage. What you figure that, 1%, that's not quite every single bit you could get done. But if you went up a percentage, and then in the future, during this coming up year, we can look into how what it really cost us to do a road model. And it's kind of like when we went up there and bought them tractors for a little bit of, 0 cent or 2 cents. The last CO we got was Mark, was 1.9% interest. That makes a whole lot more sense. Huh?
it wasn't that much, but 1.9, or 9, 10. It
was low. It was low. And then leave your rainy day funds alone.
We got 2 years. 2. Whatever we got this year and next year. We got this year and next year.
And instead of slicing, taking money out of everybody's departments to try to make a pile of money to take, but just leave it alone. Take your 1%, increase that line item, and if we have a little extra left over, that's more you can take next year. It's not a bad idea for y'all to start paving more roads, but eventually.
Well, the only downfall is we can't even maintain what we have.
I understand.
And I'm not knocking nobody, I know things get busier, but I sit here year after year after year after year, and this ain't no knock on y'all ladies, none of y'all, but every part-time person I've been involved with, next year, they're full-time, 90% of them. How many employees said Road and Bridge outside workers have we increased since I've been
Y'all just added Caroline last year.
No. It's Road and Bridge workers outside. How many? I haven't added any.
That was y'all's choice. I remember when one lady did the secretary for all 4 commissions.
But when I started
Some of y'all got two secretaries, so that's a choice.
I also didn't have sanitation, I don't care to say.
I agree.
Okay. But also though, when I first started here, just like when you first started here, asphalt was $42 a ton. Today's price is $120. Picked up.
What is it that's pretty?
Rock, when I first started, was $8 a yard. Now it's 45.
You're talking to the choir, bro. I understand.
So it's a lot more to it than what it used to be. It's a lot more to it.
So would you say you did 1%? That's
314,000 will go to Road and Bridge.
I'm all for it, if that's right.
For 1%?
I don't have a stroke arguing about it.
So let me ask this, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna fund the general fund out of fund balance, or are you gonna, what are you gonna do with the deficit in fund balance, in the general fund?
I'm taking it out of fund balance.
Well, I'm just saying, either way.
It's $1 million. $1 million.
Oh, you already got it.
$1,009,403.38 that will hit our fund balance.
For what?
That's
for
before,
that 1% from the general fund.
that's with the 200 that's in there, is that with anything else?
Wait a minute, say that
I
again?
didn't understand. She said 1,900,000.
You just said 314,000.
For road and bridge. It increases road and bridge up to 314,000. My spreadsheet.
I'm just saying, the probably easier to do is to take the 314 out, keep the number out of the fund balance instead of moving those tax rates.
No, that'd be an easy way to cover up what's happening here today.
We can't cover it. We're not covering that.
Yeah, because the percentage will not change. You wanna change them, then I don't have to listen to this next year.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're gonna move 15 next year, we're gonna go up and get our bags.
Let's go 15 this year.
Tell me,
The fact is, the legislature is creating for the general fund is 80 cents. We're at 48. We're not right up against the door. But
You will try to figure something on.
So I just.
you might choke down on buying $100,000 tractors every year and stuff like that. There's a novel thought. Jesus. Y'all probably got equipment that ain't got 2,000 hours on it.
Have 1.1 million with a big balloon payment.
He's got a tractor down there that they spent 200,000 on, and we're selling it now this year. So you're gonna have a little money to pump in, so don't act like you ain't got access to money, that's wrong.
Just knowing how much it costs to pay 250 something roads and I can't afford it.
We could just shut the courthouse down, I guess, and y'all paid everything. Push, that's extreme. It's extreme what you're doing, but let's do your percentage and let's go. That's what you want to do, let's do it.
So we're doing 1 or more?
What now?
Are you doing 1% or more?
What did you say? What did you figure?
Just 1%.
I ain't nobody arguing with that.
1 to 3.
How much is 1%?
I wish you would vote to do 3, because then you've exceeded your 0.5, and I'll be picking who I want.
50 what?
15. You're not gonna do it over the line, and you probably won't be working here no more. Go for it. Knock yourself out. Not that I don't want you, but,
0.15. Not the 3, 1.5. So we might need a bunch of extra.
we're trying to do something. Nothing to set that here. Set up at the very last day. You're starting out on the first year. You've been here 6 months, and you're jumping in with.
800 and,
Combined? Okay, so,
no, that's the total divided up by your percentages.
man, we ain't getting nowhere, we're gonna be in ourselves dead here today. This is, I'll need more, I need as much as anybody else. But I would make the suggestion that we divide it 25% on this month, instead of the way y'all have it split now, because I understand y'all say y'all got more miles of road. Sometimes I disagree with some of that stuff, but y'all got a lot of parts of some of the roads that y'all get help on. That y'all get help on, yes you do. Yes you do, you get help on. Yeah, I promise you do. Yeah.
But I think there's.
I don't have very many parts on shows, I don't think I have one.
Red Road ain't nothing. That's not in your precinct. That's straight.
Precinct 1.
Well, they're kind of helping us because they're logging and all kinds of stuff, and not in the bottom, not of them.
I don't mind voting for one, I don't have a problem with it. But I like to see it split 4 ways on this one instead of the way y'all got the percentage split. And I was never a fan of that. I think it ought to be split 25, 25, 25 from day one.
Well, if we're talking about helping you primarily, that is a good idea.
It's about all.
You're going 0.12 to 0.15. That's the one.
0.1.
It's 314. That's straightforward.
I have no problem with that, but I just
Is that fair enough?
Yeah, I don't know how she's gonna,
I don't know either.
how she's gonna do that. Something complicated for her.
That ain't never been a problem unless it ain't benefit.
So you're saying
Sorry?
that's 340?
That ain't never been a big problem. Don't underestimate her. She knows how to figure.
That's what he said, basically.
I don't pretend to know exactly how she can do it, but I have faith in her being able to do it.
Yeah, but if we know a way that would make it easier on her, why don't we do it the easier way?
But if we're trying to make it easier on you, you're gonna keep your 600,000 over there to the side. Well, have you given any thought to put more of your fund balance in your budget? Just in case.
You got 400 in there already this year.
There's 600 that ain't in there.
No, there's 300 in this year's budget that you don't see.
That's right.
That's gonna be spent, so there's not 600 in there.
All I'm saying is, you don't have to spend it, Commissioner. If you wanna put it in there,
It's in there.
I'm talking about the undesignated fund balance. If you wanna put some in there, I'm just asking you if you wanna consider putting it all in there. It's like, I don't know, you wanna take everybody out to eat and leave your wallet at the house.
Chris Mark, you're asking, you need it worse than anybody, and you guys down there. I mean, I understand that, I know that, but I would rather see you get 0.15 and split it at 25% than go for 0.13. Is that what 1.3 is what we're talking about? So you guys are the ones that are cutting your own throats down there. I mean,
I don't believe you got a crash, cuz.
he don't got my first those guys are the ones that are hurting more on the budget.
She's already calculated. She's already done it.
Like Marcus made, why don't we just take 400,000 on general fund? 5,000 apiece. That would simplify the general fund.
In other words, the other way.
Cause I don't think that's even legal to do.
That's what it is.
Ain't no way I can go for that.
We've done it before, Judge.
We have. Judge,
If there's some general fund justification,
we did 100,000.
we took money out to pay half of y'all's salaries because I come to commissioners court.
That was before my time, that was something that Royce and,
I don't know, the man's dead, I ain't talking about him, it wasn't a copy though.
no, it was before McCoppin and it was before me.
For me.
Anyway,
That's the only time that I recall doing that.
so, if we moved it down to 400, my thing would be to just take the 400 out of general fund and divide it by.
If it's legal.
5%, it's legal.
If it's legal.
We're not going over our 15 cents.
We're clear, you're circumventing the statute.
Still not going over.
Because you're gonna end up with more revenue, you're gonna end up with more than 15%.
Well, the general fund's going to end up with more.
And that bothers you, apparently.
Oh, there you go.
The legislature set this,
How is it that we moved by $10,000 in this budget we're talking about right now? We only going, it's $10,000 more than we did last year. How are we gonna do more than $10,000? The raise that's put in there, the proposed raise that you put in there took care of the $10,000 that we were garnishing more. So we cannot do more.
my proposed budget calls for $173,000 more.
I'm not talking about the fund balance.
I'm not talking about the fund balance either, I'm talking about your income on your budget from 1 year to the next, you got up $173,000.
That's not right.
So,
You wanna borrow my calculator?
divided by 4, it's actually, because we take the 96% that we budget as our collection. We take that difference of what you would have in your, so it would be 302,233,016 cents divided by 4, that's $75,588.29.
Can you punch in there, go on, take him all the way up on time? If we're gonna do that, might as well do it and get it over with. That'll help Mr. Morris more.
I don't, man, it's not my, Sheriff.
Just punch
I'm
in
not
there.
here to throw none of them on the bus, I'm not.
It's gonna help you the same though.
I know them people right there that, they're fortunate to have that because the way their predecessors did it. It's not their fault that it's not spent. Mark's been doing right for his people, so it's just part of it.
He's been doing a fine job. I told him, ain't got nothing to say about that.
If you do it up to the 15 cents, general fund's gonna have to take all of that from us. And we do care about the general fund, no matter what you think.
Yeah. So let's take it, now's the best year to do it.
I'm good with that. That's what we wanna do, let's move it.
I mean, it's all this, about halfway down my throat, might as well just go on and take it. Next year I won't have to choke my motor, y'all can't choke my motor down so bad. It's all right.
They wrote one time, I said, one, but whatever.
Well, it would make it easier than they're where they are, and then the next year, if one's getting too much, we can next year consider, equalizing the percentages. But we can't do too much in one year.
Yeah, Hart, if we can go ahead and talk what you figured. So one of the things that I'm going to change in my budget today is salary of the admin assistant. I'm going to make that mine needs up $2,000 to be more in line with the rest of y'all. About $2,000. The next thing I'm going to do, and this is what we're talking about, the position of Caroline, is about $67,000 of, 57 is what's in the budget, plus the benefits is another 27.
You're gonna give your employees a $2,000 raise.
I'm not saying I'm getting it, to them. I'm moving that line item
Up
to reflect what the rest of these three commissions are in the budget. I'm not saying I'm gonna get it. I may not get it all. But it's gonna be mine.
It may not if we don't vote on it.
It may not. You're right, it may not.
I propose 20 years, we've all got the same. How is it that y'all's gals are getting, wait a minute, I don't know how that happened. Somebody gave somebody a stipend for doing something years ago, and now they're not doing it no more, they get it.
So, I got what you're making, they're all making 48.6.
I don't have a problem with that. The rest of everybody else here,
I'm just letting it in line. We did it for the sheriff department in two particular items in this current budget. So that's one of the things I'm gonna go.
you're right, I left that out. The chief is making less than the head jailer. And we talked about that at one or more of our hearings, and I'm a little bit embarrassed that that's what happened. But it puts you just a little bit above him, chief. Because you're doing a bang-up job. I really mean that. Thank you. And the chief deputy should be making more than the head jailer. I don't think anybody disagrees with me.
So the next thing that I'm going to propose is that all four of us provide travel salary equal. She's helping y'all, she's been helping y'all, and I think we've all talked about this.
That's a good idea.
And then it just, it's kind of transferred in to my line.
I didn't kick some in if you let me have it exclusively for about 2 months during the budget process. Then I wouldn't have all these arguments.
Hey.
And so we're going to
Yeah,
I'm fine with 1.5. Whatever it takes to get you to 15.
So I don't know 1.5 can get to 15, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah, well,
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
So that would help us pay.
We don't.
I deducted, point 13.
listen, 0.02591 will take him to where he needs to go.
To what?
You're looking at the tax rates? The tax rates for road and bridge are point 15010 and well, let's see, around here.
12009 and adding the 1.5, unless I did it wrong, is 13,509.
All I know is I don't want to exceed the legislative cap, and I don't believe any of them want to do it either.
I know.
So anyway, while we're here, y'all want to talk about what y'all want? I mean, if you're changing your budget, now's the time to talk about it. So we
I wanted to, previously, Commissioner Brandon had, the part-time position at 65,000. I wanted to move that back up. He moved it down to 25,000. I only have one person in the office. When she is out, I need somebody to float around, and also I could use it in the field the rest of the time.
So you're moving it from 20 to 60.
Yes.
What do you? Oh, you just got a big influx of cash, so you want to move.
And I will pitch in on Caroline's, and I'm moving it out of maintenance and material.
Oh, you're gonna have to, is that all you're moving?
I'm moving around some of the other money, like, courts. I had 30,000. I'm dropping it down because we are nowhere near spending that, and we got a ton in New York.
Miss Ainsworth,
So from 30 to 10, I already showed us.
when you
10.
when we take the precincts up to 0.15, you could just put the influx in their maintenance material, and they can do budget amendments instead of trying to figure out all 47 lines. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We do your all day.
I mean, if y'all want a copy, I got it.
Do you?
I was gonna say, yes, if they just give it to me and let me have it once it's discussed, that's fine.
Yeah, we can frame the motion like that, where
I can't hardly hear you.
What is that?
I might go around 20.
About 20, about a quarter.
A quarter of the salary.
his gal got a bump years ago, a stipend because they were operating the gas. They were also collecting a little more money because they were taking it in, they were buying the gas for $1.79 and selling it to the general fund for $2.39.
Trying to put that station up again. That was sounding pretty good.
Then they told them, quit coming to get gas at all when they got called.
Commissioner, did you say
Caroline,
20 on Carolina?
Are you fine with, are you all right with working for 4 or?
She wants to work for 30.
I'm just she's already talking about somebody you gotta ask them.
That's fine, but
Okay.
I'm already doing it anyway. I'm already doing it anyway.
Y'all go ahead and thank me and Mark on this end. Y'all go ahead and mark on this end for doing that for y'all.
With our lunch compensator, I'm probably over 3 lunches as it is.
Thank you.
So let's touch back on the percentage. I think we're a little confused on what you're asking Margie, excuse me, Margie to do. Are you saying take it to 15 cents, or are you saying 1.5, move it a percent and a half? I'm confused, Douglas confused, I think.
No, it's 1.15. He said.
You're at 0.15. 0.124.
Yes.
1.15.
09. I was saying, take it up to 0.150. So what's a little different, because I think she was just moving it 1.5%. Instead of moving it back over. And I'm okay with one. I think that's what you wanted. Yeah. And I did tell you, we might as well just do it.
And that's what, but I'm just saying that's gonna take a lot out of the general fund to fund the current budget. At the total 15.7.
So you didn't have any figures in mind when you proposed that? You just, what's that? What the impact would be?
Yeah, I did.
Well, how much? You told us 100,000 last time. No, that was clearly not right.
Yeah, she said that. I admitted that.
She said 1% was about.
You said that when I talked to you. I don't know what you told them.
You said 300 something, I think.
She said 300.
I said 300.
300 per percent is what, that's over, that's what's gonna take from the general fund.
That's about right.
321 to be exact or something.
You mentioned, I think we're down for your roads, James, is one of the, that's a good
One of the worst ones.
No, you're right.
And I'm fighting with the,
And it's full of folks.
pipeline company right now because they've got that road listed and they call me eastern from a constituent to get to the pipeline, at the back of there, and I'm like, no, I can't use that road. That would cause me lots of problems.
What?
Because the road does not touch.
But it goes down there to some acreage tracks in the back, and they're gonna cut across what used to be Foster to get to it.
So everything, so we're down to the percent, right? Is that what we're down to?
Please, Judge. Is there anything else? You run anything else in your own budget here you were highlighting?
That was the only two things I wanted to say.
Was there anything you, Mr. Morris?
No, what about you?
Road and bridge.
I bumped up my proceeds for equipment in anticipation for selling this, and then I've got to split it with her in there, so.
That's the only change we had is culvert?
No,
No, I also changed the part-time
I
position.
knew that, part-time
And
culvert.
I just moved like my uniforms and stuff like that. Just one thing, whatever.
I also bumped up the contract services to about 75,000. So when I'm doing these roads and spending this money, I gotta pay.
That new wind tunnel that you knew was coming,
Contract services, and what do
I've been trying to move that.
take it for a run.
I'm gonna run out of that general fund.
Thank you.
Yeah, but what was it in the budget that was filed and what are you moving it to?
No, it was in the budget. I'm good. So you don't.
If you're moving something, this right here is what you're gonna have unless you announce what you're dangerous for, right? Sure, if y'all come to me and tell me ahead of time, I just have to make an educated guess. I stuck $1 million in your fund balance into your budget. That's why you got the biggest budget this year. That's why I'm all down. You apply for Mr. Morris' strategy and
Driving just like it right down there to the North Bear Hall.
I can't wait.
Out of my general fund.
So,
Out of the general fund. Out of my general fund.
Well, don't say that, because that's wrong. Don't say that. You ain't got no general fund. You got a road and bridge fund.
Road bridge. I went from, what was it, about 15,000 up to 75. Is that?
in contracted services?
Yeah.
Alright, so what else are you saying?
Road maintenance materials, 550.
When you're moving it from what? I mean, what are you doing?
Not my general swap. Fund balance. Fund balance, there you go. So
You're moving it up to 550. So what is it now?
That must be nice.
You're fixing to have an increase in your.
Do I have to?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But that ain't in the fund balance yet.
No, general fund. General fund.
No, we're gonna talk about.
What's it?
Anyway, hey, talking about that partial.
Give me the term.
Well,
Just out of your budget.
we talk with partials, Mark.
So, you're gonna change your administrative assistant to where they're equally with the others. It's gonna be one that's a little higher, but again, we're not trying to change, yeah, it's gonna be right there. That's a good idea, that causes problems when they do that. And then we're gonna split Karen for that's a good idea, and she helps everybody.
This is coming out of the general fund, that is.
56,000.
I mean, I'm thinking if you're going to share.
Per million. Cap out at 56,000.
Oh, you're moving 56 from capital outlay?
No, that's what I threw in my capital outlays.
Huh? They have a murder case going on, I'm sure. You're moving it to 56. No, they would be sitting here.
What they say?
You told me you was working on the murder case all weekend, so what are you doing here?
I'll get you a copy of this.
You ain't got no murder case this morning? Well, maybe looking at the courthouse, you really got.
That's homework on, sitting here, and it's available for you.
Okay. Did you see it? Have you seen it? I did. I saw flakes all over the ground out there. That might be on the sidewalk. Can we put a little into up my life insurance? Because when that thing falls down, I think my wife should be paid.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm gonna do that too.
I just put it on.
There's agendas for this next meeting and this one up there for if anybody wants to. You need this year, oh, you got it. This year. That's it. The revenue side of it. On 32, page 96.
So this is 139, again,
I don't know why that's not here.
exactly. Full time, but that's not what I think I was saying.
What's in there? That's what's in those buttons. So it needs to be in those numbers. It was a nothing on that we were. Where are you gonna take that out of one of these?
Me? What happened here this morning?
That wasn't. The same was good. Posted. That's what we're talking about. You also have to
I let her
call me. So here, she put that line, this was a one-time deal. I don't even know why that's still a line in the budget.
So, and this is something over there, so.
This. That's what you
So you said, Caroline, it's about 20,000. Okay,
So it'll be 1,900.
So you've got this figured out? So,
Did I have y'all on these? I think I did. Yeah. So, this says, and this is what it said last, I moved it from the tax rate being increased. Well, the rate is going down. This ought to say probably, I know that the, that's what the statute says. I know that the tax revenue increase. But, so this is all. She can generate enough, she just generated.
They don't need it.
These folks are like,
Yeah.
because the cars is gonna change.
Nobody's saying, let me see. Where you go. Reserves, we run bridge. general fund balance reserves are part of the county's general fund and are not subject to transfer. That's why this gives me, this is perfectly fine.
Okay, I think I got you.
If that's what you want, y'all pretty much got it in your head to do. I can't, you might as well just do it and get it over with. This is the best year to ever do that.
You said about 3.1 or 1%. For the street precincts.
Anyway, one other thing while we're talking, I think all the road and bridge want to designate that their fund balance in their Forest Service money be put into their budget, the total amount. I've got the figures if there's any problem. I want to say, put all the Forest Service fund balance on the expenditure tag. Yeah.
For our roads.
And there again, I never have really got into
I think it's gonna be.
suggesting what y'all do with that, because that's purely road and bridge, and that's the way they've always done it. But I always wondered why are we sitting over and, you don't put it in the budget, you can't spend it.
I think that's gonna be our last year too.
Well, they need $2,000 like it was this year, that's very weak. What you call it, Title III Forest Service, Forest Service fund. Title III, and what are they for precinct fund balances?
Max 120, 368, 94.
120, 368, 94. Precinct 1 is 20,903.75. Precinct 2, 75,078.30. Precinct 4, 56,428.30. And you're going to propose that those monies be put into your expenditure line. Yeah. It as a, transfer out of this, or however you have to do it. You have to show expenditures out of do you have a separate budget line for that? Forest Service. You understand what they want to do? I've given the public the numbers, so. Are we good? You're $275,000. Yeah. So $1 million here, that's pretty good lift this time, so. Are you moving?
I guess the only thing I'm a little confused on here is the building. What have we decided on this?
That line, that says 240,000 to take out of the fund balance in order to make the balance, budget balance, we're gonna change that line to $1 million. That'll include 775,000. Oh, that's easy.
Stop. Future growth.
For just build law enforcement center for the future growth.
Okay.
And that's based on real-time numbers, $150 a foot or so. I believe you can build a building for $150 a foot. It won't be encumbered by all these grant regulations. If we were doing this with grant money, we'd have to have another $500,000.
You have to build the same building when we build in here. We can
finish it and make it.
No, I know, we did this ourselves, so we're gonna be our contractor.
Can't be.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I just wanna see it's the future number.
Is when you bid it, and you show the contractor how much is in your wallet,
I agree.
I'll be dadgum if you don't come pretty close to what's in your wallet.
Every time.
Every time.
Not looking over in the.
Like bids, 49,000.
And you also made a statement a while ago about not the land makers of land. There's one thing that's innovation center over there, but they said it was in a floodplain, they couldn't do it.
So we do have to do the percent.
Well, that's what.
Well, I would rather know
Is that correct? The innovation center, they couldn't put it over in Sheffield, so it was in a floodplain, remember?
check. I don't need any purpose.
So you never can put that many tax line numbers.
So we're not ready now. All these chapters. What do you got? No, I don't know about that. I ain't here. Huh?
That's what I asked if you came in here.
When the general fund percentages gets lowered as you take this out, it still can't go over 0.48. Now, we're gonna have to have another line to fund the deficit. Miss Margie, are you listening?
I'm listening. So what do you want?
So every year we get down this.
His motion will say something to the effect that the difference gonna have to come out of fund balance. In order, we're not proposing a deficit budget. It don't hurt to say, the governor's doing it, they take money out of the rainy day fund left and right, fund this and fund that. We've been talking about building that building for 20 years.
Well, I don't, almost 15.
Well, I thought it was when we first started.
I've been here for 30 years, I said almost 15.
We were done with the jail when you got here, I believe.
So how much is it taking? How much fund balance for the building?
775.
We're not as a, doing anything with the running building for the 100 that's in there.
Listen. We don't have to put that as part of the budget when we get along and we find out that we can legally sell the rental building.
I'll put that on my notes.
All right, so then we can do that. Because I would want to be having 2 new buildings at the same.
I'll put that on my notes. Government.
That'd be great. I just want to make sure we can legally do it. We might have to wait X number of years. Some of those government funds, you gotta wait. If you go out and buy a new motor or something, you can't sell it for so many years, and things like that. What are we gonna call it? Sure. Law enforcement. Now, that don't mean a JP couldn't end up with an office in it or something. Tax office might need a little more space. JP could end up with, that'd be a good spot to have a JP. We'll just see what we've got. We've got lots of time to.
I think we
probably have to have a workshop.
I think Mr. Sweeney's trying to help solve it.
All right, it ain't gotta be part of the budget motion. I'm sorry? Is there a line in here on the park?
Is there a budget?
Is there, what number is that?
I think it's for,
Or is that just coming out of 409?
no, it's budgeted in the
Hotel.
hotel.
Which section is that? I don't remember.
38,
What page?
38, isn't it? Fund 38?
138.
What page is that?
130. Hold on.
38 or 36?
108 and 109,
Sanitation's 37, so
page 109.
it's economic development.
Right there.
Let's go over to the revenue. Well, wait a minute, we gotta put some. We only got 12,000 and shown in revenue.
Who are you looking at?
I'm looking at Fund 36, like you said.
38, page 108.
I looked at that.
You said 36. Okay.
What's in there? Proceeds for equipment, jumps you talking about?
So revenue. Okay. We got 130,000 of the fund balance designated in Fund 38. Is there more fund balance left?
We're back to 38.
I said 36.
Make sure y'all know
That's what we're
Take 108 to be. Because capital outlay, we got 150,000, DD. It's specifically earmarked for bathroom or whatever. It's just 150,000.
dropping it down to 10,000.
Just put that up there.
Now look, the two chambers of commerce,
So this was done before we paid the 92 for the playground. Oh, I just said that. We already stopped it.
I don't want that to come out of it.
Still had 162,346,000.
Has to be paid for the playground equipment out of this year's budget.
Fund balance, yes.
You got 150,000 in there for capital outlay. And that's it. And software maintenance, 8,000. That'll cover the bathroom. Is there more fund I'm talking about the hotel tax fund balance. Is there?
The one bad thing about this one
Have we
is,
paid for that?
if something happens,
She should have, at the end of this
you ain't got much of a big,
year, approximately
big closing
160,000.
30,000.
We're taking, and we're out of that 160, we're taking 130 out of it, put into the next year's budget. What is it?
So in Fund 76, there's 18,000 also left over for the total expense.
No,
When I ran it,
no, I'm not doing public
and
stuff.
don't forget
That money's already designated
you already did it.
for Mr.
What?
That was part of the agreement. I was there, I was here. I don't think he was here at the time.
What did you just say?
The folks say,
You said that money is for the restroom that you.
yeah, that's right, for the elections over there.
Because that's my call.
Remember that?
Mistake. That's not what we're talking about.
That's what
And
you did.
that's what I meant. There was $18,000 in the,
Focus thing, Lonnie,
I think it's going to be.
his will said to spend it on parks. That's what he said. And whatever was in it at the time, we voted to give that all to the city of Shepherd Ballpark. And
They need a,
we may not have spent all that
but
stuff.
there's a restroom still yet to be built.
Yeah,
Or,
unless, the prior admin, when I left here, we were going to court with the Pope here because he left all real estate in the county to the county.
It costs us so much money for lawyer fees and we
But they went up there and made a deal and split the money because lawyers, better to not spend it all. Yeah, on lawyer fees. So they made us settlement. If we give up future rights to mineral rights though? I don't think so.
I don't think so. All we did was split the money.
Because we found the mineral rights, and them wells, unless they went dry, we ought to be receiving income on them.
A little bit. I knew last time I was.
Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah. So it's not like it's.
Anyways, you still got them in there.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I don't know if they're doing that.
This is the.
Wait. Oh, yeah. You take balance, projected taxes for the year, we come up with $182,000 in revenue. And 150 of that's going into capital outlay. That's the work on the park. I'll cover the bathroom and whatever else the court chooses. Because we've already paid for the, haven't we?
Yes.
Pardon?
Yes, very.
I think we've already took care of that. Where'd she go? So it's in there. We don't have a line for every single item that we're going to spend, but there's money in there to see that. I don't know what's next on the priority list, but that's right at the top, right?
Yeah, that's the next, and then if there's any left over, we'll put some swings and stuff in.
Right,
So y'all, I haven't been over there, y'all got it assembled yet? Sorry, I didn't know I had to do that.
You did not show up with your little tool.
Multi-tool.
What?
Your multi-tool, you can show your multi-tool.
Hey, I got it.
So, I don't know how many sitting here waiting on the regular business meeting, but I really enjoyed this budget hearing today, but I'm about to the point where I'm gonna
Run out of words?
run out of something to say.
I think we're waiting on the final. Did you get a final?
I just have the numbers.
Okay. I think we only got one more.
Oh my God.
Give some water.
You're gonna do it all in the lateral fund? Is that where it all goes? Apparently so. Who printed this stuff?
I guess Marty just did.
No, she just wrote it.
Yeah, it's from Marty.
Billy Davis here?
No.
She's having a tax sale today, bringing in more revenue. I walked out to my car and I said, county judge.
I thought we got the property that they were selling. Remember? Did we get the property that's
Yeah, I know how she was just finding one or better this time.
Did you get anything on tax sale?
I didn't see nothing.
I didn't either. Thought I was gonna do court first.
Yeah, no,
And this,
so that order, levying a tax rate, the numbers.
demo for
You have that in a few minutes that you can, generate and just, we'll pull it. Who's making the motion? Commissioner?
He's over there.
Mark.
Somebody?
Anybody?
Did y'all need to handle that stuff like
I
that?
don't know yet. If you got it pulled up, I'm gonna tell you what numbers we put in. Where it says general fund, instead of .35775, put .32784, so that's pretty good. Yeah. And then for lateral rules, instead of .08518, put .11509. Those are the only two changes. No, it's not. Where it says the motion was made, put,
Ron, what's the number? Oh, we don't know. For tax day? No, that's for us. We have to approve it. Cheers, like we didn't.
Crystal Ball. Second. Bring it over here.
Perfect, tax day.
Thank you.
Yeah. On our seven. You got one on? That's what he said, I thought, man, we didn't get it.
She's bringing the order with the new numbers, and then we'll be ready.
All right, make a question. I'll make your tax sales.
Everything's online, we're supposed to be on the website. I ain't seen nothing on, I ain't seen an email.
I'm just curious, I don't think I'm going to get it.
They got a new gal, Steve Lee, retired. Leslie.
I know we used to get it, because we never left these guys.
We should prove it. I saw Steve Lee at Vernon Lily's funeral, by the way. So the only other thing that I have in this budget, and I'll be ready to move forward, is, and we talked about this extension. You need to put that in there. You want to put a, you suggested the other day that we make her travel allowance the same as ours and take out the travel allowance in there. And so every time we turn around, we're not, golly, she's running it up again. She's gonna get what she gets. I hope that's an increase, but,
So what do you want, 18? 18? Or what do you want to raise?
our schooling don't cut out. Well, okay, we said that, ain't nobody.
Because we change it, no offense, we change it every couple of weeks. When it comes to the court, we have to do it.
A certain time of the year, you're busier, and like you said, January through June, and then.
And you'll get so much a month, it'll be an increase, but you'll be responsible for your own gas and that sort of stuff. And she don't have to necessarily type, I mean, it's good if you type it in there right now, but we're gonna have a few days to print all this up.
But I guess as far as, we had 2 new employees basically is what we've heard. 3.
No, we've got 1 new employee in the tax office. Well, and then 1 new employee in
Dee's office.
no, those are the part-time, the same girls.
But I'm saying,
Animal control, part-time goes to the
Okay, 2 animal controls. She'll have a full-time.
Putting out 1 in the animal control, and putting in two different positions.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, there'll still be new employees, so there'll be full-timers.
4 new full-time.
There you go.
Benefits.
1, 2,
Yeah, that's right.
4, and 4, 5.
Well, not really.
Well, I know, but it's still basically 5.
Because the head,
Full-time employees.
the 1 full-time employee is coming out of animal control, and we're getting 2 different positions.
Okay, so 4, okay.
So it's 4.
Okay.
That's what I wrote.
Treasurer.
Yeah.
One more new.
Yeah, it's gonna have two more.
Yeah.
4 times
I'm gonna be able to keep the key here long enough, break for lunch.
Well, he couldn't eat lunch with you anyway, because he's got to be at the doctor.
Yeah, you feeling for me?
No, but it's a time for me to give blood and everything, and I'm not.
So you're not changing nothing, 1, 2, 3.
I'm fine.
But Lee has the wisdom and experience to know he can change it in the budget later on down there.
Good. See, I don't know about it.
No.
We'll basically go to.
Thank you so much, you've been very helpful.
Thank you.
All right, back on item number 5, consideration, discussion, possible vote to adopt fiscal year 2025-2026 budget. Yeah, this we're gonna use in the next item. It's already in there. We got what we got in there, $150,000. I wouldn't pay attention. It don't have to be a specific line item. They just have to be one line. So I just have the notes here, and that's all. All right, I'll be happy to try to translate this motion. I'll start with the biggest one. We're going to increase the road and bridge tax rate to a max of, which is the max of 15 cents. And those figures are going to be divided up by 25% according to each precinct. And then that's going to cause the general fund to be a deficit, and that additional money will have to be taken out of the. No, that's a nasty word. General fund balance to recover that, recoup that. But in the next item, I'm going to read out the proposed rates accurately, and then somebody spring to their feet and make that motion. And then the next thing that's going to be in the general fund balance is $700,000 for the law enforcement center.
Budget 775.
775, not 700. I was always round down. Try not to spend your money. So 775, let me record that. All right, in precinct 1, in his part-time, he's gonna put 35,000 ending budget, I don't know what it is now. In contracted services, he's gonna have 75,000. Electric is moving down to 3,500. 299 is moving up 3,000. Do you already have these? 30,000. 30,000, I'm sorry, 30,000. I'm commenting wrong. I've created a line item 416 for a safety program, safety training, 2,500. And 502, he's moving to 56,000. Then 570, which is machinery, 200,000.
There's that, did you get the materials?
Everything else is going into materials. What you taking out of your fund balance, everything else is balancing with materials. When she generates, and the actual numbers come in there from the increase in the changing of the rates, she
now put that difference in maintenance material.
Okay, I got you.
And then once you're into the budget year and you want to change it a little bit more to the tractor costs more than you think or whatever, you can do a budget amendment to rectify it.
I'm good. She's got it.
Yeah.
So one more, in precinct one, we're all gonna have this, is for dividing Carol's salary. 4 weeks. Precinct two had no other changes other than that. Precinct three is moving part-time from 25,754 to 60,000. She's moving her codes from 30,000, she's decreasing from 30,000 to 10,000. She's moving her uniform line item from 1,000 to 3,000. Office supply, 1,800 to 2,500. Is that correct?
Carolyn.
And Carolyn with the 4 divisions. Precinct 4, I'm moving that secretary salary line item to $2,000, and that's the only change. And with that said, any of this new tax money, the revenue we're getting from moving the 15 cents, is going to go into maintenance material. Fund 16, we want to put, all 4 precincts want to put their fund balance, which, do you have that list? If not, I'll hand it to you. I'll read it for the public also. 20,903.75 for precinct 1, 75,078.30 for precinct 2, 120,368.94 for precinct 3, and 56,428.38 for precinct 4. From fund balance into expenditures. The extension, we would like to see 11,000 increase in her salary.
And her travel allowance.
Travel. And the travel costs.
Other salary.
Should just get
I know this will be our travel costs, it's not going to be a salary increase.
And take out the line for travel.
take out the line for travel. Yes,
Or much.
11,000 increase.
You're making it to where she's got 18,000 in travel
Instead of that.
instead of 11.
Get 7.
But
Yeah, we're cutting that like.
you won't be able to take money out of your office supply and move it over. That's what you got to deal with. Like the rest
But
of it.
so I have a travel one that goes just for mileage, and that's the one that we're addressing. I have another one that's for hotels and meals and that kind of stuff, and that one is not changed.
That doesn't change. Hotels and meals don't change. Just,
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm missing something.
No, thank you, Dr. Tom.
Cover everything?
That's one I said you did. Oh, there's.
That's clear as mud. Sure.
Y'all see anything?
I have a motion by Commissioner and the 2 notes to adopt the budget, the proposed budget with changes that he just recited for the record.
Second.
I have a second by Commissioner Dominic. Any other comments? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, unanimous 5-0. Number 6, consideration, discussion, and possible vote to set tax rate for fiscal year 2025, 2026. Given the changes in the budget,
There would be an order that I would entertain a motion for. We, the Commissioners Court, Jacinto County, do hereby levy or adopt a tax rate of $100 valuation for this fiscal year, 2026, beginning October 1st, 2025, and ending September 30th, 2026, as follows. General Fund, 0.32784. Lateral Fund, 0.11519. Lateral Road Bridge Fund. Initial Road and Bridge Fund, 0.03491. Add on M and O is 0.47784. Debt General Fund, 0.00507. Total debt, 0.00507. Total rate, 0.48291. And I put in here, when I had her on the phone, she typed in that I expected Commissioner Jacinto to make the motion, and Commissioner Donnelly had said she was most likely going to make the second. Now, if we do anything other, we can draw lines to it. Yes, sir. I'll make a motion. I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adopted rate of 0.48291, which is effectively a 4.25% increase in the tax rate. Even though we're dropping the tax rate, they're calling the tax rate increase. We use the same language every year for that motion. Instead of tax rate, probably should say the revenue's going to increase, but the rate's going down by 2 points. I have a motion by Commissioner Jacinto.
I'll second.
I have a second by Commissioner Donnelly. So this is the proposed rate, and well, that's what we talked about, 0.48291. I have a motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. It's unanimous, 5-0. I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Jacinto, a second to adjourn the budget public hearing. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. It's unanimous.